My name is Ori, and if you're on this website today, you're where I was several months ago, feeling desperate and overwhelmed trying to find treatment for my son, who was addicted to heroin. I found Recovery Boot Camp actually over a year ago, and this was after he had already been in a treatment program in Boulder, Colorado. He left that program 10 days before the 30-day mark was up. He was then homeless for a period of months where he was almost murdered, was dumpster diving in downtown Denver. And overdosed and almost died. If I can get through this without crying, I apologize. It had been a very harrowing year for not only myself, but my entire family. I found myself feeling very hopeless, grieving my own son's death to a certain extent. I was angry, I was afraid, I was ashamed of him because of some of the choices that he was making, very immoral choices. And so after the 30-day program in Boulder failed, I found a program in California that was holistic in nature. I was told there that if need be, they could put him on some meds to help balance out emotional problems, maybe some attention deficit, those kinds of things. That turned out to not be true, and he was kicked out of there. It was a co-ed program, which I personally believe was a distraction. And he was kicked out. Literally the day he was informed he was kicked out, I had to scramble to try to find another place that would take him so he didn't end up back on the streets again in California, not knowing anybody there. So I diverted back to Recovery Boot Camp, which I had contacted before I chose the place in California. I called Nick Johnson late at night, who answered the phone immediately. And he was awesome, and we were fortunate, got him on a flight that night. And he arrived at Recovery Boot Camp for Men. This was approximately October of 2018. And as of this review, my son has been completely sober. It's been almost, well, given the sobriety time in California, it's been almost 6 months. I want you to know that you're not alone. Mothers especially. It's so hard, and I know what you're going through, and I just want you to know that if you've come to this website, you've come to the right place, because they have saved my son's life. I went and visited him back in late November. I've not seen my son this happy for many, many years. He's got his spirit back. He's got a sparkle in his eye. He's got a great job in Delray Beach. He loves it there. He loves the family that he's found there. These men have really taught him how to be a man at the age of 23. And his dad has basically wiped his hands of him. He needed the guidance in learning how to become a man and to learn life skills and how to be successful in life, but more importantly, happy. When I went to visit him, I was shocked at how good he looked. He had gained weight. He was so happy. And after so many years of him just being in such a dark place, I found that I had gotten my son back to a place where he was in his youth. He's discovered his strengths. He wants to work with kids. He's even talking about going back to college, something that he quit after only a semester here in Colorado. Pretty much failed every class, just had really no motivation, and now he's found that motivation. I can't say enough about the staff at Recovery Boot Camp. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever other than my son is in their care. And I'm here to tell you that your loved one could not be amongst a better group of people. They're all in recovery themselves. They understand. They'll embrace your loved one and teach them the skills that that person needs to succeed in life. Don't hesitate to call them. You have nothing to lose. Nick will be your first point of contact. He'll be your safety net. He'll give, I don't care how long it takes to answer your questions, more importantly, to give you hope. They also offer a weekly webinar for loved ones to really help during this time, answer questions. It's a great support group for families of your loved ones. So I encourage you to call them. And it's been my experience. This has just been the best choice I could have ever made, the best choice that my son has made. And I have hope now that he'll succeed for the long term.